What's wrong with this thing here? What's an owl got to do to get ahead around here? I'm just an owlified Getsugatencho trying to get ahead in the world, and 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 midgets and dwarves and motherfucking uniforms be trying to keep an owl down. And anyways, what I was trying to say was, welcome to the Lost Begotten channel, home of the Lost Begotten channel. Can I take your order?
The way you treated me too many times before. Don't you know you love me, baby, too? Oh, you know I want you there, I wanna be right there with you. I know I gotta keep you by my side today I die. Cause baby, ecstasy is in my hand. Oh, when I'm holding yours in mine and walking in the sand. Oh, baby, you know it's fine. But now you done and piss me off. You ain't done something you shouldn't have done. Baby, I'm mad. I'm going on. Oh, I'm going on.
for the money, two for the show. Good evening, YouTube Nom, and welcome back to the Lost Begotten Elevenses broadcast. Who am I? Oh yeah, I am your host, as always, Fake TV's The Lost Begotten, also known as the Owlified Gutsy Potential. That works real well there. Look at that. That's technology. Jim Henson would just be drooling over this thing. Oh, yeah. What can I say? I'm in shock. I need a sedative. I need the doctor to sedate me. Like, I need to call up Michael Jackson's doctor and figure out whatever the hell they call that shit. Wasn't that, wait, no, wasn't that fentanyl? I don't even know. Because this is all too surreal. This is surreal. You know, like, Dude, like, surreal, man. Just surreal. I know what you're thinking. How long is he gonna hold the stupid mask up? Not about that long. This is my friend the owl, stupid Walmart puppet toy, and I was just fiddly fucking around. I wanted to see if the eyes would show up. I'm a creative person. What can I say? I'm a creative person, and this is the kind of stuff that creative people do. Creativity. Could not burn my face. All right. Anyway. So, welcome, Joey, Maximo, Carlos, Sean, and K pasta, which, as you know, is Spanish for what type of noodles would you like? Anyway. Give him a sade a give. Oh, that's right. You probably can't type that out, huh? It just block you the first time. So, anyways, welcome everybody to Fake TV, to the real resistance. It's the real resistance because we got a bumper sticker that's not on a car. So, I don't know if you heard. I think Alex Jones did a report earlier, although I didn't get a chance to see it yet. I saw the notification as I was preparing the broadcast. In fact, he sent me a text message to let me know he had uploaded a breaking special report. I know. I'm gonna just see if he maybe he had something to add, perhaps. Just want to make sure and check in with him and see. Oh yeah, George Soros and Hillary Clinton are massive sex on the White House. What? I thought he said something relatively coherent earlier, but apparently he's it's past 4 p.m. So, anyways, once again, I apologize for. Yeah, he seemed to be proud of it, and he's never been proud of it before. So, I'm looking forward to it. They're always brilliant. But anyways, so let's read the cereal box hostage note of the week. I mean, the headlines of the week. The not so tricky Trump, tricky Trumpy, traded away our allies' trust for a North Korea subnetted Russian cyber attack. Then he fired Comey after asking, like a good little snowflake that Trump is, to let it go. I was mistaken, actually. I need to issue a correction, a retraction, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday I said that it was, wait, well, fuck. What did I say? I misquoted. I think I was quoting a paraphrasing, I guess. Let's see here. How do I have this shit organized? I had said that Trump said to lay off of the Flynn case, but he said to let it go. Oh, the fucking irony in that phrasing. So, after Trumpty Dumpty got done singing his show tunes from his little tower, let it go, let it go. Wait, was he Rapunzel or is that Elsa? Either way, what happened then was truly special. Today, breaking news, I don't know if you've heard, we have, apparently, a special prosecutor. What's interesting to me is who appointed the special prosecutor. Anybody know who the special prosecutor is? Anybody? Anybody? Mueller. Okay, I know. But this guy, this deputy attorney general who appointed Mueller to be the special prosecutor, he's the one who wrote the letter that recommended Comey be fired based on false pretenses, basically, as a cover up, as a well, I mean, he's not even aiding an obstruction of justice. He's committing conspiracy to commit obstruction of justice by colluding with Trump and Sessions to cover up. Okay, so this is conspiracy to commit. Wow, I mean, this is a real conspiracy charge that's gone unnoticed here. On top of the obstruction of justice charges that people have been talking about on the news. And he's guilty. Okay, so has shadow government, also known as the undisclosed, unnamed group of FBI people who would have gotten this done, have they basically impressed people? Have they taken the initiative to say, this guy, and this guy, you work for us now or you're going to jail? And since then, they've been acting in name only. Okay, I'm talking people who still are technically working in the Trump administration, acting in name only, but on behalf of the investigation. And, well, the thought of it kind of makes me happy. Because that would mean that this guy here and the cell phone strangler and, of course, there you go, Fox Mueller. No, Mueller, not Mueller, Mueller. as in an American, not somebody posing as an American who happens to be from St. Petersburg and whose main agenda is to make people distrust the United States government. This guy, I don't have a picture of him right now, but the guy who appointed him, who Trump had just appointed to replace Sally Yates, he appointed the special prosecutor that is now investigating him. So he must be acting in name only. So there must be a shadow government who's basically got him and probably Mike Flynn and probably Carter Page and probably what's his name with the fucking obvious I'm guilty outfits. What's his name? Roger Stone. All these fucking people are either in jail or have been threatened with severe jail time and are now working on behalf of the investigation to take down the rest of the Russian collusionists. That's my optimistic possible theory. That's what got me in a good mood for a change, you know. Oop. Oh! Too much back pain not to be clumsy. I went to, or Kira went to Reef Coral today and got refills on our jugs of water and a little bag supposed to have rotifers in it. Saw some pods in there. Not sure if there was any rotifers in there. Trying to resurrect my cultures because and I should probably take a video of this, Mai has an IQ of at least 86. Okay, she's got an IQ of a small child. Seriously, a clownfish has an IQ capable of doing engineering and flow pattern analysis, and she's trying to move her pot to get better flow, which means basically everything underneath the pot has to go. And she's been moving it out one by one, and she's got it. It just dropped earlier. It scared the shit out of me. Dropped about 3 inches, like the whole back of it came down like that. And for those of you who might not be familiar, Mai is the rare crossbreed clownfish. She's a cross between a Nemo or an Accelerus clownfish and a maroon clownfish, which is a bigger, more aggressive clownfish. And I'm currently trying to cross her with a percula clownfish, which looks a lot like Nemo but has a different personality and a few more interesting characteristics. And also host a wider range of anemones, which makes them better reef fish. You used to see them sell for more than a Accelerus, but now they don't, and that kind of annoys me. I'm hoping to change that, maybe, ish. But anyways. So basically the idea is her being a cross between a maroon and a Accelerus makes her bigger, makes her offspring, the little fry, easier to raise, hardier, easier to get more of. And it's like an orange-ish fish, but usually when they grow up, they become really brown. But Mai has managed to stay very orange. And I think by crossing her with a percula, if it's even possible, I don't even know, like it's not even known if the sperm is going to be possible to fertilize those eggs. But it is possible. It's not known whether or not it can be done. You know, like it hasn't been confirmed whether it can happen, but it's at least theoretically possible, because Accelerus and Percula have hybridized. Accelerus and Maroon have hybridized. So this is a Maroon, an Accelerus, and a Percula. All three major varieties of three-striped clownfish. And the idea would be to come out with the prettiest fish that's got a higher reproductive rate, hardier offspring, that's a hardier fish than any of the breeds, and more than likely going to be a stunning looking fish, with more of a percula type coloration, but with larger fins and like a larger stature than a normal percula would be. And, well, it turns out Ganju is a Picasso. He is starting to develop Picasso birds, and I've got several more Picassos starting to develop. It's kind of surprising me, actually. So we're gonna have a Picasso Mai Tai hybrid, possibly. No telling what that's gonna look like. I mean, there's just no telling what these babies are gonna look like. But I know they're gonna be worth a lot of money, so that's cool, right? And aside from that, I'm really trying to convince Reef Coral to just give me a Picasso from their wholesaler, so that I can start with one of my Picasso babies and a fresh Picasso from a different strain and breed some genetically viable that aren't brother and sister, offspring, some non-inbred Picassos. And I think that would be a lot more interesting. Certainly a lot more value as far as money goes in that fish. They seem kind of excited to upgrade as far as which fish to sell. I mean, basically, they sell for 3 times as much, like from $60 to $90, depending on the size. They'll charge $160 for a pair, I think it was. Might have been $129 for B quality, but still 60 a piece for the D quality Picassos. And the quality of the Picasso perculas, I'm sorry if anybody's getting bored of this, but the quality of the Picassos is determined by whether or not the stripes connect. So a C quality Picasso is basically what I probably have. B quality Picasso would be if one of the sets of stripes connect, and an A quality Picasso would be if both sets of stripes connect with a little weird snowflakey pattern. So anyway, speaking of snowflakes, let's get back to Trump. Because Generalissimo fuckery here. I just want to sing him a little song. Let's sing a little song together. Y'all sing it with me. Boom, 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 boom. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. So anyway, sorry if that was audio torture, but I just felt it in my soul and had to get it out. So anyways, I have lucked out in one other arena recently. I guess that's, getting right back off of Trump because, it's disgusting as a fact. You slide down easily because it's like kind of greasy. But anyway, Trump, the amusement ride. Bring your own butter. Picturing Trump the size of like the turtle in the never-ending story. It'd be funny if people that gluttonous one day got that big. Anyway. So, Gran Turismo, my little game that I use for uploading the virtual races, they just made a race. Like they make these seasonal events basically where they do like different configurations and handicaps and restrictions that level out the playing field. And there's like a beginner one, an intermediate one, and an expert one. The expert one is like the perfect performance point range for me to just barely be able to win it in an Integra with turbos on it, like a full race turboed out Integra street car. And the intermediate one is an old school one that's like a really severe challenging type race that my wife can do, and the other one is a really easy race that my wife can do. So I got two of them for my wife, which is great, and then just the best possible race for me at Nürburgring, one lap that I can just barely by the skin of my teeth win with an Acura Integra versus either, I think the lead car is either an Aston Martin 177, that new crazy fast Aston Martin, or 2008 Viper ACR, like the Dodge Viper full race package. Excuse me. Oh my God, I burped on camera. I'm going to get flagged. Burping on a video. Demonetized. Anyway. Yep. They've gone through showmanship and bullshit levels, levels of effort that have just, tried very hard. You can tell that they're making an attempt at least. I don't know if you could say that. What you think they'll take down Pence at the same time, but he's asking about Spence. Let's see. I'm guessing you're thinking Pence, not Spencer or Spicer. Spency, Spicer, Pensy, Picer, Peter Piper. Peter Piper picked a peck of treason. Wait, what? So they've gone through like a lot of different showmanship bullshit presentations, like the whole Mike Flynn lied to Mike Pence, and so on, trying to make Mike Pence seem separate from this whole thing. But the fact of the matter is, this whole investigation needs to be about widespread KKK rooted Republican Russian collusion to overthrow, based on Confederate ideals, the United States government. And to that effect, while it has been presented in the showmanship bullshit arena that Mike Pence is keeping his hands clean, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You know, the fact that he lied about Mike Flynn lying to him should have triggered any actual intelligent investigators to start looking into Mike Flynn as basically being another person who's complicit and collusive in the cover up of the collusion that is treason. Okay? I mean, there's a massive cover up of treason going on, and Mike Pence is at least guilty of participation in the cover up. So, Ford, on the other hand, see, that was a one man's political ego show, okay? And Ford was connected with big business and, represented the, at that time, patriotic oligarchy. And I think for that reason, the Saudi laundering of Russian assets and the buying of American assets by Russia directly started happening in the late 70s and through the 80s. And then, of course, we all know and don't know at the same time what happened in the 90s. Yeah, you're right about that. Might just be the obstruction of justice thing. But there's always a difference between what needs to happen and what will happen, you know? Like, what needs to happen is this thing needs to line up at the fucking bottom here. But it won't happen. It just won't fucking happen. It just won't happen. Come here, you little bastard. Alright, too late. Fucked it up. There's no going back. See if I can line it up at the top, and that'll be good enough. Alright. Oh, crap. I almost kind of did it. There's been alleged secret Russian troops that I've been reporting on this channel for fucking years now. But, there's so many fucking zombies who actually still think that, this guy's somehow competently serving as an American president. Russian troops, Confederate troops, fuck them. This is America. America needs to be America if America wants to be America. Period. So, we saw all the Russian retirees and everything. They were the people. Wait, we have a picture of all the Russian retirees and the Russian troops. Where is it? Oh, come on. Surely I have this. I'm going about this the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. There we go. See, we have the number of Russian troops on the right, and then we have the number of American troops on the left. Right there. So there's your Russian retirees that all flocked in there from a little bit from Pennsylvania, a little bit from New Jersey, a little bit from Michigan. Republicans stayed home. There's a lot of Republicans on TV, and there's a lot of Republicans who've in the Congress who've capitalized on this since this fucking fake election has been, pulled over our eyes, like the crock of shit that it is. But Trump had to hire paid actors to attend his rallies. Okay? That, like, I know of no one around here who was like, oh, I'm going to go to the Trump rally. I don't see anyone with Trump anything around here at all. I live in Slaughterfuck, Louisiana. I live in Confederacy. Okay, I live in Redneckville. I mean, if anywhere that doesn't have like a front media facing fake Trump supporting aura, okay, like this place, if there was real Trump support, there would be Trump support here, like outward, like people would have it all over their fucking cars and shit. You just hardly ever see anybody with a fucking Trump Pence sticker around here. You don't see them with Hillary stickers because what they accuse people of saying, like of saying people were embarrassed to vote for Trump, people were feeling like they were intimidated against voting for Trump. No, that was true about Hillary supporters. People were afraid to put a Hillary sticker on their car. Redneck around the corner had a Trump flag about 25 feet wide on his house that has since come down. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, just one thing to realize. It'd be cool to have your name there because I don't like using, like, I don't know what the fuck to say about your screen name there, other than that is a really silly fake name. um. Anyways, one thing to know about the disparity as far as agents goes, as far as infiltrators and our corporations, especially our media and internet and news outlets, is being a Russian citizen doesn't mean you're in Russia. It's like being a Roman citizen. And that, in account, basically their intelligence apparatus outnumbers ours about 100 to 1. Actually, I think it's more like 1,000 to 1, which is fucking scary. Anyway. joke about Josh never borning anyone. So anyways, fun day. This special prosecutor was appointed by a guy who basically might already be being investigated. So the appointment of the special prosecutor might be in name only if it has any teeth at all. But, and this is a big, ugly, stinky butt. What if Mueller's just part of the whole fucking game? And what if Mueller is going to purposely fail to find any guilt? That remains the unoptimistic possibility here. But then I guess that depends on whether he works for the American people or the Russian people and the people who've been brainwashed against their own country. Because the people who've been brainwashed against their own country, those are called Trump supporters. And we need to heal those who have been brainwashed and arrest those who have been doing the brainwashing. Because it is conspiracy to commit treason. That will be revealed, hopefully, by the conspiracy to obstruct justice regarding the investigation of treason. So, yeah, New Zealand only takes people with a whole lot of experience, and like there's no funding. You have to do everything for them, or else you kiss their ass. They are not eager to have people on that tiny island. But there's a certain possibly international aquaculture and coastal restoration NGO that I'm sure New Zealand would welcome some representation from. What the hell? I don't know where my folders are. And it's all supposed to start with I'm supposed to say this. That. Passed over the fucking image like 5 times. So anyways, one day, maybe, hopefully soon. In fact, speaking of that, I'm going to call it a broadcast so I can get back to working on that. I recently found out through taking out a measuring tape that these are 10 1/4 inches wide, and that I can fit a whole nother row of them on my 8-foot wide modular systems that I'm working on. So I had to rework the prices on those. And And now I'm going to proceed on to the rest of those and then basically redesign the entire presentation of the accounting of the setup for everything so that it can be kind of modularized and moved around and expanded a whole lot easier. Basically, if I present this to an investor and they say, can you do more? I want to be able to basically say, yeah, by tomorrow I'll have your numbers. So anyways. Yeah, but there's nothing paranoid to be had about that. Like there's nothing to be thought of that the super rich are moving to New Zealand. Like my dad was pretty well off back in the 80s and stuff, and we lived in New Zealand for a few years. Um, it's just, it's lovely, you know? If you were super rich, you might wind up in New Zealand your damn self. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. No end of the world Illuminati type reasons to believe that the super rich are going to gather in New Zealand. The Russians have been starting, colonization of the warmer areas of Antarctica for quite some time, which is, goes back into the vast liberal communist conspiracy that got used loosely to inform people or to mislead people about the Western based or anti-Western Illuminati Freemason conspiracy bullshit. But, if Russia's planning on blowing everything up, Western leaders are not oblivious, but in denial at the very best. So they there's no Western movement to places like New Zealand, except for just the few paranoid people who are capable, and those who just, want to go to New Zealand because it's fucking New Zealand and it's beautiful. I miss it. Like, if I didn't have a world to save, I'd be in New Zealand playing in my tide pools. No, I've driven all over New Zealand. New Zealand isn't bigger than people think. Stop with that shit. Okay. Just lay off the math, power, and crack for a second. Shit isn't that different from what is observed by thousands and thousands of people. Now, as far as its relative position to Antarctica and the ice and everything, that's interesting. But I predicted for quite a while, and there's been some recent evidence of this, that New Zealand will grow. Uh, don't laugh at the person who's always getting proven right, please. Okay. Anyways. Like, I don't want to sound like a dick by explaining this, but you can have a really severe bad luck streak just by annoying me. Okay? Just be careful about not knowing how much respect someone has earned. So, I guess speaking of respect, hopefully, whatever outcome, impeachment or full investigation, impeachment on the grounds of obstruction or full investigation into treason that is unveiled by the obstruction impeachment. I mean, this investigation could go all the way. But regardless, the outcome as presented to the public, to posterity, to our children, to our children's children, should be one of no respect given to a single policy. No respect given to a single thing that this fucker ever said. We need to pick apart everything about what got him elected and make sure that nobody ever stands for it again. And that is the only thing that can redeem the future generations of this country and make them wise enough to be able to save themselves the way basically our previous generation and this generation seems to be failing to. And on that bombshell, it is time for me to go and lament my lost feather duster. No, time for me to go and work on my business plan some more. Because this will be built one day. Hopefully soon. It will be built. Oh yes, it will be built. And it's probably going to look kind of like that. Kind of like that. Mostly like that. A bit like that. So, thanks for joining me, y'all. Thanks for your questions and your comments. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me tonight. And hope you found this informative and stimulating as always. Please click the like button with the little thumbs up and click the little bell on my channel page to make sure you get notified of the videos. And also, while you're at it, check and make sure you're still subscribed if you're not a subscriber. You might want to, subscribe so you can stay informed on things.
Takes my pain back to a place I don't understand. I know it's in my heart, and baby, now in my